talk about the language of money. I mean the real language. The math that's humming away behind every investment, every loan, and pretty much every financial choice you could possibly make.
You know, if there's one single idea you need to grasp in all of finance, it's this. It sounds almost too simple, right? But believe me, the implications are huge. This is the bedrock for everything we're about to get into. So that's the real question, isn't it? It's one thing to know a dollar today is better, but to be able to calculate exactly how much better, and then to use that knowledge to make genuinely smarter choices, well, that's basically a financial superpower, and we're going to unlock it right now.
So what do we call this big idea? Well, it has a name, the time value of money. It's the golden rule because a dollar in your hand today has potential. You can invest it and it can grow to become more than a dollar tomorrow.
So how does money actually grow? Well, you've basically got two engines. Over on the left, you have simple interest. It's straightforward. You earn interest only on the money you first put in. It's steady, it's predictable, it's a straight line. But on the right, that's where the magic is. Compound interest. This is where you start earning interest on your interest. And that is not a straight line. That, my friends, is exponential growth.
Let's put some real numbers on this to make it sink in. Say you invest $100 at 10% a year. After 2 years, simple interest turns that into $120. Not bad. But with compound interest, you get $121. And I know what you're thinking, it's just a dollar. But that one extra dollar is everything. It's the first dollar you earn not from your initial investment, but from the interest that your money already made. That's the snowball starting to roll downhill.
Okay, so compounding is powerful. We get it. But what if we speed up the process? Does it really matter if your interest is calculated once a year? Or maybe every month? Or what about every single day?
Oh yeah, it absolutely does. Just look at this. On a $1,000 investment over 10 years, just by switching from annual to monthly compounding, you're up an extra $12. And sure, it's not a fortune, but it's basically free money. It's generated just by doing the math more often. The more frequently you compound, the harder your money is working for you, plain and simple.
So if we can push money forward into the future to see what it'll become, it only makes sense that we can do the reverse, right? We can take a future pile of cash and pull it back to today to see what it's really worth. Think of it like a financial time machine, and that machine is called present value.
So how do you actually compare a promise of cash tomorrow with actual money in your pocket today? You use present value. It's this brilliant tool that tells you what a future amount is worth in today's dollars, basically by stripping out all the interest it hasn't earned yet. This lets you make a true apples-to-apples comparison, which is absolutely crucial for making smart decisions.
Here's a perfect example of this in action. Let's say our friend Nina gets two offers. One is a payment plan that adds up to $1 million. The other is a lump sum of $910,000 right now. Which one is better? Well, to figure it out, we have to bring those future payments back to today's value. When we do that, we find out that $1 million plan is actually only worth about $902,000 in today's money. Suddenly, taking the $910,000 lump sum is the obvious, clear winner. Now, this exact same logic works on a much, much bigger scale. Companies use this stuff every single day to make massive decisions, like should we build this new factory or launch that new product? And their favorite tool for this is called net present value, or NPV.
And the rule for NPV is incredibly simple but so powerful. You figure out the present value of all the cash a project is going to bring in, and then you just subtract the cost to get it started. If that final number is positive, the project creates value. You do it. If it's negative, it destroys value. You walk away. That's it. Just look at this corporate example. Project X has a negative NPV. In today's money, it's a loser. It costs more than it's worth, so that's a hard pass. But Project Y, it has a positive NPV of over 36 grand. That's a clear value creator. You accept that one all day long. The math makes the choice obvious. So far, we've mostly talked about single lump sums of money. But, a lot of our financial lives are built around regular, predictable payments, right? Think car loans, mortgages, retirement savings. Well, these things have a name. They're called annuities. An annuity is really just a fancy term for a series of equal payments over a set amount of time. Your mortgage payment? That's an annuity. Your car loan? Annuity. That monthly deposit into your savings account? Yep, that's an annuity too. And all the math that figures out your loan payments or shows how your savings will grow, it's all built on the same principles of present and future value we've been talking about.
So think about it. We started with one simple idea, that money has a time value. And from that, we've built this entire powerful toolkit. We can see how money grows, we can bring the future back to today, and we can make really complex decisions with total clarity. These aren't just formulas in a textbook, these are the tools you use to build a secure financial life. So the only question left is, how are you going to use them?